There is no Illuminati. It's just a joke. It's just something that crazy people talk about. There's no such thing as our side and God's side. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them.
The Illuminati never talked to you? I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at them like, bro, you playing a game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop it. How y'all getting this money? They're like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what?
I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but, you know, I'm concrete in all things. What the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? What? Is to act like it didn't happen.
Have you ever noticed something unusual about Leonardo DiCaprio? The way he avoids long-term relationships, the patterns in his dating life, and the intensity he brings to his roles all suggest there might be more beneath the surface. But what if these behaviors aren't just personal quirks? What if they reflect the pressures and mechanisms of Hollywood itself? Industry insiders have long whispered about the path of the boy who became the Wolf of Wall Street. For decades, observers have noted patterns in his career and personal life that raise questions about influence, opportunity, and the cost of fame. Many remark on the consistency of his relationships, the age often noted in those he dates, and the choices he makes off-screen. But rather than simple coincidence, could these patterns hint at a carefully navigated life shaped by the entertainment industry? Tonight, we look closer at the man behind the fame, exploring what it takes to become one of the most successful actors of a generation, and what it might cost a person along the way.
You heard the wild conspiracy theory about Leonardo DiCaprio? The one that says he only dates women under the age of 25, and when they turn 25, he's done with them? In recent news, Leo and ex-girlfriend Camila Morrone just ended their relationship after Camila just turned 25. Once Camila turned 25 back in June, fans across social media braced themselves for the final countdown. This is because Leonardo DiCaprio has established a pattern of never dating a woman past the age of 25, and there's evidence. No, like a literal graph. This graph shows all the women he's dated throughout his entire life so far. As you can see in the graph, a lot of the women he's dated, such as Giselle Bundchen, Blake Lively, will start dating him at a young age, and once their age peaks at 25, they end the relationship. This has been a common theme in Leo's love life since 1994 all the way to present day. Is it just a coincidence that he breaks up with all of them at 25? Or is dating somebody over the age of 25 a deal breaker for this prehistoric man?
The internet has long turned DiCaprio's behavior into memes, but humor often hides deeper patterns. When someone's relationships and choices follow such consistent rhythms, it raises questions about the influence of the industry and the pressures that shape personal decisions. This isn't just preference, it reflects a life navigated with extreme precision, a glimpse into how fame, opportunity, and strategy intersect, and how the business side of Hollywood can shape behavior in ways most people never see.
Relationship with these models are contracted out. The reason why Leo would contract out a relationship is not necessarily for his benefit, but for the model's benefit. I read rumors on Reddit that his relationships are organized by modeling agencies. Pretty much, Leo would have a relationship with this model. They would go and take photos out together in public to boost the model's rate so that she's worth more to the agency.
Think about what this reveals. The entertainment industry often shapes personal and professional relationships in ways most people never see. Modeling agencies and management teams work to position talent strategically, and sometimes these interactions prioritize career exposure over genuine connection. In this context, relationships can feel transactional, with personal choices influenced by external pressures. Understanding these patterns provides insight into the environment that shaped DiCaprio from childhood, and how industry expectations and early experiences can create consistent behavioral patterns that persist into adulthood. Examining this background helps shed light on the larger dynamics of Hollywood and the ways fame, opportunity, and strategy intersect.
Cycle of age. It's like just continuing, because Leo was harmed in Hollywood himself. He was a young kid working in Hollywood, and now he's grown up into a man who may potentially also harm women. Brian Peck was also close to Bryan Singer, and if you guys heard of Bryan Singer before, he's not a good guy. But I do want to play a clip of Brian and Leo together. They were behind the scenes because it looks like Brian was maybe filling in for a part for Leo to rehearse, but I just want to show you guys that Brian Peck was around Leo, and this man is a convicted felon who has preyed on, so he could have potentially preyed on Leo.
Brian is the famous artist, and we always make fun of each other and portray each other in silly, satirical ways.
Leo's job on this set, for some reason, is to make fun of me all day long. Leo, says he was raised in Compton. He likes to make us think that he's straight out of Compton. Mm-hmm. Mr. Pale as a dead fish belly and blonde hair is straight out of Compton. Leo, as you know, is the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Yeah, muscles.
Look, speaking of hunky, huh?
Leo, what's it like to be a teen idol?
Ask her Cameron. I don't...
That footage really irks me because we know that Brian is such a creep, and if he preyed on Leo, I would be pissed because Brian Peck, for whatever reason, had way too much power in Hollywood.
Now we're looking at the deeper forces that shape behavior. DiCaprio's patterns aren't simply personal choices, they reflect the impact of early experiences and the pressures of growing up in an environment where fame and opportunity are tightly controlled. When a young actor's formative years are influenced by powerful mentors and industry structures, the resulting adult behavior often follows patterns shaped by guidance, expectation, and conditioning rather than purely individual preference. His story illustrates how the entertainment industry can systematically shape behavior and decision-making, creating consistent patterns among those who grow up under intense public scrutiny and high-stakes professional environments, and provides insight into the larger mechanisms by which Hollywood molds talent and navigates influence, opportunity, and career trajectories.
Being in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane? Prayed over demonically?
Rituals, ceremonies to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. If you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
Shane's testimony highlights a side of the music industry that often goes unspoken. Many insiders describe the environment as highly intense and driven by forces that shape behavior and decision-making beyond what casual observers realize. When someone with first-hand experience details the pressures and influence within these spaces, it provides a glimpse into the unique dynamics that govern celebrity culture and the patterns of control, expectation, and strategy that operate behind the scenes.
The devil used to play the harp in heaven. Now, the devil run the music industry. Why do you think the devil run the music industry? Why do you think all the biggest music is vulgar? Why do you think you don't want to hear preaching it? This is me too. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even argue with you, man. I don't want to hear preaching to me like that either on the song. It do sound better when it is saying some vulgar. It catch your attention more. But why you think that is, man?
The influence within the entertainment industry has become increasingly visible and structured when multiple artists and insiders use consistent language to describe their experiences. It highlights recurring patterns and shared pressures rather than mere coincidence. These dynamics aren't limited to lesser-known participants. They extend to some of the highest levels of mainstream entertainment, revealing how systemic pressures, expectations, and strategic decision-making shape behavior across the industry.
Music, like in terms of getting paid, it's like the biggest thing in all your art.
Yeah, because man, it's a the mind industry that I chose to be a part of. So it's like I accept that I'm a wave, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand they're using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainment. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why? But that shit is to be continued.
Is in terms of like,
His warning carries weight because he has firsthand experience navigating the pressures of the music industry. When successful artists speak out about the darker dynamics they've witnessed, it reflects a tension between personal integrity and the demands of fame. These patterns become clearer when examining how systemic pressures and influence operate even among the industry's most prominent figures, and how repeated behaviors and choices reveal consistent forces shaping careers and culture.
Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me?
Beyonce's own description of her Sasha Fierce persona during performances illustrates how the entertainment industry encourages intense role immersion and persona development as part of artistry and branding. When top performers discuss these experiences alongside the pressures and expectations of their teams, it highlights how certain practices become normalized in mainstream entertainment. What may appear as empowerment or creativity often reflects broader systemic pressures and patterns that shape careers and personal identity. Understanding these dynamics is crucial to seeing how the industry can influence behavior and decision-making, and how contracts and professional arrangements sometimes place significant control over artists' lives in the pursuit of opportunity, exposure, and success.
The music business plays this Jedi mind trick on you, where the whole thing's set up to be rapacious and take advantage of your weakness. If you get success and you have leverage, they'll get out of your way because you're making them a lot of money. But the minute you're not making them as much money, then they step in and they start playing these Jedi mind tricks on you. We know what to do. You know, the public's going to forget about you. I mean, I've heard all these things, like, you know, this kind of weird, like, yeah, you're in the room, but, you know, we're the arbiter of whether you can stay in the room. They do these 360 deals where it's like,
right.
If you get a perfume deal, like your whole world,
they own you.
We own a piece of your whole world. And fame is such a great quotient in American life now that you can see where kids would trade fame and be willing to give away like the profit part. Look no further than the deals that the record labels cut with the streaming services. They got into ownership equity deals with the streaming services. In an arrangement for them to have an equity position, they agreed to very low rates for the artist's music. But as Spotify and the other streaming services raise up in their equity position, the labels benefit. So the labels pimped out their own artist to take a greater equity position in a rising business.
One thing that did happen during the 60s was some music of an unusual or experimental nature did get recorded and did get released. Now look at who the executives were in those companies at those times. Not hip young guys. These were cigar-chomping old guys who looked at the product that came and said, I don't know. Who knows what it is? Record it, stick it out. If it sells, all right. We were better off with those guys than we are now with the supposedly hip young executives. And he's saying, well, we can't take a chance on this because it's just simply, that's not what the kids really want. And I know, and they got that attitude. And the day you get rid of that attitude and get back to, who knows, take a chance, that entrepreneurial spirit where even if you don't like or understand what the record is that's coming in the door, the person who is in the executive chair may not be the final arbiter of taste of the entire population.
360 deals illustrate how the entertainment industry can exercise extensive control over artists' work and careers. When labels claim rights to large portions of an artist's output, it highlights the tension between opportunity and oversight, and how business structures shape creative and personal choices. While the music industry demonstrates financial influence, Hollywood's casting and career dynamics shows similar patterns of systemic control. Examining DiCaprio's early career alongside insights from veterans like Mel Gibson, who experienced decades of industry practices firsthand, provides a window into how the pressures, expectations, and behind-the-scenes mechanisms of Hollywood shape behavior and opportunity from a young age.
Watching someone go through the act of themselves is there's something very almost unbearable about it.
I find it. All the actresses I've spoken to, all
without prompting, come up with the same thing of how detestable is the casting process. Not the old casting couch thing, just the thing of not having someone good to read with, you know, and being expected to come in and emote and look and the whole thing in front of a bunch of strangers.
It's not fair.
It's perverse.
Well, it's not fair on them either.
No.
It's asking them to do something, and you don't find out anything from it.
Nothing.
You find out nothing from it. This is the main reason why I really hate it. You can get them in there, and somebody might do just a slap-up job for that day, but that's what they've aimed at that day. You have to be able to figure out whether they're going to be any good for 3 months while you're working with them.
Somebody once said my problem was I didn't understand the social contract here. I now understand what that means.
Yeah.
Do you understand it?
The social contract?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah. What is it for you?
The social contract. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be over at some point by people who you may have done something nice for. And it may happen that by circumstance, or even very purposefully, that you someone over. But that shouldn't get in the way of you being able to sit down and have fun with them. Am I on the right track?
Absolutely.
You can't build a resentment about it. You have to still try and love those people.
Yeah.
Because that's the way they're thinking.
Because it ain't personal.
No, it's not personal. They don't really mean to hurt you.
No.
Not really. I don't quite understand. Well, I mean, there's a lot of motivations for why it happens. Yes, many.
I mean, money will make you do stuff as well, won't it? I mean,
Yes.
one, them, us,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, well, whoever.
If there's many millions riding on a decision, it's hard to be philosophical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very hard. Very hard to be, you know, you have to choose what level of integrity you're coming in at. And
Okay.
and I've often felt it. I've sat there and I have felt the knife slipped firmly in between my shoulder blades and tried to have it shoved through the other side through my heart. And I've actually felt the whole thing, and I've gone, ah! Wait till next week, you know? Or I'll think, and you'll resent it for a little while, then you have to let it go. Otherwise, you'll eat yourself alive. I mean, this is a bizarre place. And it doesn't take very long, and I'm sure you've experienced this if you've stayed here for any length of time. You come in, you're fresh from the outside, you're off the boat, from the farm, still got in your shoes, you're in here, people are charmed by that you've still got in your shoes. They're charmed by the fresh approach you bring to it, and that's a real thing. But they're also stroking the out of you, you know, licking you all over. And that's kind of good for you too.
It's great.
But it doesn't take very long before you realize, or before it gets to you. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. And no matter how strong you are, when you come in off the farm with those convictions and a certain line of attack, no matter how strong you are going to be affected by this place.
No,
it's going to divert you from where you were going.
Sure.
You're going to be diverted. When I came over here, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar. And
Hollywood's a mafia. It's a big, dark mafia.
Yeah, it is.
And then what happens is, I remember one of them, it was like,
The mobsters come, they're like, we don't understand. Not mobsters like Italian.
Right.
Whatever,
You're talking
whatever
about,
gang you want to
the
call
attorneys,
it, right? And they come along like, listen, you sign this, you do some movies there, we'll put this all on the table, we got enough money to make this go away. Ping, it's gone. No one ever brings it up. No one ever brings it up with this person. By the time I started doing Saturday Night Live and Half Baked, blah, blah, and TV thing, Tim Allen, all this, that's when I really saw how dark and it was dark. I get creeped out. I get scared to death. It was soulless.
Yeah.
Never seen anything. And I still, every time I get out there, I feel like, oh man, I don't
Listen
feel
closely
right.
to Gibson's account. He highlights the intense pressures and compromises that newcomers face when entering Hollywood and the way early career experiences shape behavior and expectations. The emotion in his descriptions reflects the human cost of navigating these high-stakes environments and the challenges of maintaining personal integrity in a system that prioritizes opportunity and success over individual well-being. His observations provide insight into the patterns and social dynamics that emerge for young actors during their formative years and how the industry's structures create lasting influence over both professional and personal decisions.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more. We don't protect the whistleblower, right? We don't honor the scout that would tell us who it is. Matter of fact, when they get him, we're gonna go, I could have told you that was gonna happen. They're telling too much truth. That's how all cases are handled, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying if it's car theft and we're going to accuse you of having a carjacking ring, right? We're going to begin by bringing in people that we caught who were robbing cars, who said that you was the boss. I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but I'm concrete in
Katt
all
Williams'
things.
accounts highlight the pressures and hidden dynamics within Hollywood and illustrate how early experiences can shape behavior over a lifetime. DiCaprio's journey from child actor to adult performer shows how industry structures and expectations influence personal choices and patterns. Every time audiences consume celebrity content without awareness, they participate in a system that prioritizes profit and influence over individual well-being. Williams spoke out knowing the consequences of exposing these dynamics and the challenges truth-tellers face in environments resistant to scrutiny. This raises critical questions about how childhood industry experiences affect adult behavior and what our continued engagement with celebrity culture implies about societal complicity and the courage required to speak against systems that exert deep influence and control.